Living in Africatown, the community is a very close-knit community, but there have been lots of health problems, environmental problems because of the industry that very near the community. Environmental, the weather, the debris and everything that we've gotten from the industry that's here. But the living is fine. You know, we're now right now we're sitting in the community garden, and this is something that was this year, it was dedicated. And anyone that wants to have a garden out here, they are welcome to have a garden. And so that people can come to Africatown and tour Africatown and see the history, because this is a very historical place. They docked the ship at the Mobile River down here from here, and they let the slaves that was on the ship, they just told them you can go. And the slaves came up the hill to Plateau. And Plateau is a level piece of land that sits on a hill. And this is where the slaves settled, was in Plateau. And one of the slaves that's well known was Cudjoe Lewis. And Cudjoe Lewis is buried in this cemetery in back of me. And the slaves that got off that ship are buried there. And he helped to found the Union Baptist, Missionary Baptist Church that sits over there on Bay Bridge Road. And this is how Africatown was started.
All of us work together, and we're working hopefully for the same thing, that we can move this community forward. And I'll close by saying this. When I grew up in this community, it was over 16,000 people. The community was connected. Kelly Hill, Happy Hill, Lewis Quarter, Plateau, Magazine, and Magazine Point. It was named that Magazine Point because during the Civil War, the ammunition depot was in that area, so it was named Magazine Point. So I want to thank everybody for coming out.
The mayor has thanked everybody that's been involved, but let me reach back a little bit too and remember John Lacey and Paul Buckman. If it hadn't have been for John Lacey and Paul Buckman, then we would not have the property that is actually sitting here today when they owned Buckman and Lacey's real estate development. And also Robert Battles, when he actually had the first trail out here, and all the information in it was gathered by him, stored by him, framed by him, and actually disseminated to everybody so the story of Africatown and the people out here could continue to be told. This is such a special place, a special site. Let's just remember all of the people and the people that came before. The blood that's in the soil, the sand and the steam, the sweat that's in the leaves, the tears that they cried out here to make this place work. Now we have a place that has a vision to where people that are not from here, that don't know the story, can come and see the story and be welcomed to a community that now has multiple places that they can enjoy and learn the history of those Africans that were brought here. So I'm going to say it first for you and say amen. Amen to a prayer that we said a long time ago, not realizing that this day would ever happen, but a vision that it would happen made it happen. It's my pleasure to work with you, to support you, to help carry your burdens, but most of all, to love each and every one of you. Mobile is the greatest city in the state of Alabama, and it is a pleasure to be your public servant.
And that story that needs to be told, there's a reason behind that. And that is that everybody here, plus others, would like to see this community ascend to a place where it presently isn't today, to where it has the life breathed back into it that it once had long ago. This project has actually been a decade in the making. It's kind of hard that it's actually, we can have the renderings here on the spot where this will actually happen. You know, the Welcome Center used to be here across the way. It was a trailer and so forth. Y'all remember what it was like. And of course what it's going to end up being like is completely different. The city is proud to be able to have participated in this, and we've worked with Cleon and ACDC to make it happen. You know, all of these groups are working together to preserve the history of Africatown, building an image to a future. The city is excited to be a part of this. And again, I say that truly, y'all, we do have an obligation to make sure that this works and that we continue to tell this story. So thank you very much.
When I was thinking about this morning, headed this way, I was thinking about some of the names that you've heard who were at this, who were trying to make this a reality a really long time. Today is a culmination of probably almost 50 years of people with ideas and work and pictures of things that should be in Africatown. I know I've seen them that long. But what I want to say is that the lesson we ought to learn from this is to be encouraged, that we've got to be steadfast in this work, that even when it gets hard, you have to persevere. And I know some of you here, there's probably somebody here who said this was never going to happen. Well, it wasn't. I mean, there are reasons we got slowed down and all of that. But the lesson I've had to learn from government, the most difficult lesson from government is how long stuff takes. But we were able to take the tragedy of the BP oil spill, and today we're here with a triumph in the groundbreaking of this Welcome Center. So just whatever project you got, whatever is you're hoping to see in this community, hold on to that. Don't get discouraged and let it go just because it's taken a long time. That doesn't mean it's not there. It's just this is not necessarily an answer of no to your prayers. It just may be a not yet. And so with that, let us go forward.